Hello, I'm Lisa, and thanks so much for joining me today. Namaste today, more mindful living thoughts and tips. And today is actually a room tour. Recently, one of my viewers had asked that I would do a house tour. She had seen parts of my house on my daughter Lillian's channel, Lillian Macy, just some vlogs that she had done, and so she thought maybe she could get some decorating ideas. Well, I'm not sure how much decorating help I can be, but I will share with you just one room of my home today. As you may know, I am a yoga teacher, and for some time I have wanted to just begin to share with you a bit of yoga. So the first thing that I will share with you about yoga is creating a yoga space or a sacred space at home. I am very fortunate to have this room that was vacated by a child who left home, but I'm going to show you just the amount of space I have and the room entirely. And maybe you don't have a whole room that you can dedicate to yoga, but I'll show you how you can make the space more versatile so that when you get ready to practice yoga, you'll have everything you need nearby, and all you have to do is roll your mat out. Now in this space, I have placed all of the things here that I really enjoy looking at. So let's begin the tour. And so as I come downstairs from my room, I always get to pass my beautiful children when they were babies, so I really must stop here and show you and introduce you to my babies. This is my oldest daughter, Megan, who's now the mother of two, a photographer. She'll be 30 before I know it. And this is my only precious son. His name is Clancy, and he lives in Hawaii. He's quite an adventuresome soul. And this is my daughter Maddie, who lives nearby, and she is the wonderful mother of Kendall. And this is my daughter Lillian. Some of you know Lillian from her YouTube channel, Lillian Macy. This is Lillian as she was a baby. She's the baby of the family, so when I enter my special sacred space, I get to see my children. And then here we enter, and you'll notice that the color is red. It's actually chili pepper from Benjamin Moore several years ago. I don't even know if they still make the color, but this was my daughter Maddie's room, and this was the color that she chose. The paint was fine, and so it may seem strange to you to be a yoga room, but the color doesn't bother me. When I first enter, I'll show you. This is a plate I picked up in Ireland, and it's an Irish blessing. Ireland is very special to me, very dear to my heart. Maybe one day I'll even live there. But I've had the opportunity to go several times and have some dear Irish friends, and so yeah, there it is. And then we enter, and you can see there are a couple of sofas here. These are Rachel Ashwell's shabby chic sofas, and they are slip covered. So even with 4 children, although I purchased these when they were older, this is wonderful to have slip covered furniture. Even white, all you have to do is take it off and throw it in the washing machine. And it's just been wonderful. I recommend that for any young moms. And I know Pottery Barn makes them, all different companies, even IKEA makes slip-covered furniture now. And I have accented my sofas with some of my favorite colors of the aqua. I have just surrounded myself with things that I really love. This is a painting. It's an acrylic done by my dear friend, my dear artist friend, Julie Bledsoe. And this is an old frame of a window, and she has painted on a piece of board behind it, and I just fell in love with this. I love old things, and so you can see there are teapots and teacups and old lace, and I just really enjoy this painting, and it's even more special knowing that she created it. And then there's really just like a hodgepodge of things that we have they're good pieces that we don't really want to get rid of, but we don't really know what to do with them. This is a favorite pillow that I picked up at, I think, Marshall's, and I just adore not only the color aqua, but birds. They have a really special meaning to me. This is one of Maddie's pieces of furniture that she left because she didn't have room for it. And although it's a desk, I use it for just some pieces. Again, these are special pieces that have meaning to me. These are a pottery that I purchased in England when I was there for a visit with my sisters, and it is we actually went to the factory where they create this. I'm gonna have to pick it up because it's, let me show you, it's Burley. I don't know if you're familiar with this, how well you can see it, but Burley is the name of the company. And then I love old things, and I love the color pink, so this is a teapot that I love. And here is a, it's just a picture, and it's got these beautiful pink roses and the pale green, which I adore. And then this is a lamp. Again, it's just an old lamp, and I just put a different shade on it, and I don't really have room for it in the other parts of the house, but I enjoy it here. And then this was just a little something that I had made up for one of a yoga retreat that I had, and gave this to all of the participants, and I just love what it says. Let the light that is within you sparkle. And there's a little rhinestone there, just to remind us that we all have a special spark inside of us. Don't forget to let it shine and sparkle. These are some of the pictures that I really enjoy. And again, the wall is red, and I'll just tell you, I don't like the color red. It is probably my least favorite color, but because on top of the red, I have all the colors that I do like that are pastel, I don't seem to even see it. This is really a special picture for me because the frame was my mom's frame, and she gave me the frame. And for my birthday, she one year gave me, well, my mom and dad gave me some money, and I found this beautiful painting on eBay, and I just had it framed. I don't know if you could see the matting, but it's just a pale green, a pale pink, and it's really special to me because it was a gift from my parents, and it was a frame that was in my mom's house. And then these are just some other pictures that I've collected. These are all vintage, and they're not in great shape. Not the frame and not the picture. Can you see this? But it doesn't really matter. I just love it. I have always just adored this, the colors and the soft colors in these paintings. And something I learned years ago from Rachel Ashwell, Shabby Chic, was just to appreciate all these little imperfections in the age. They just tell a story. And so this is also one of my favorites. And not only do I love the color, but I would love to live here. Can you imagine a street just filled with roses and these beautiful homes and sheep walking down the street? Awesome. Now this is the corner this is one thing that makes this a sacred space to me. This is where I come every morning. This is a chair I sit on. I cover up my legs with that little blankie, and I sit here and I do my Bible reading and my journaling. I have just keep everything here, and this is my Bath & Body Works favorite candle. I always have that burning, so the room is just filled with a scent. I wish you could smell it. And then I use an old milk glass vase to store my pens and my lighter for my candle. Another vintage table. And this is Sophia. Sophia is a borrowed friend. One of my daughter Megan's friend Claire loaned me this, and the intention was to display t-shirts on her. T-shirts of my own design. So those will be coming soon, I hope. And then this is a really special item to me. These two. These were a wedding gift from my Irish friend Marion, and they are pictures from Ireland, and I just really love them, and it reminds me of her, and it reminds me of our wedding, which is always great. Now I want you to see that behind the sofas there's a restroom there, and so between the restroom and behind the sofa I have created this yoga space. And I can always, my mat is always out because this is an area downstairs and no one is ever here, just me. I do have to keep the door closed to keep Abby out because she likes my yoga mat too. But I can always keep it unrolled. But you can see there's not much space. So what I wanted to just share with you is that you could keep your mats rolled up. These are some of my mats. It's my husband's mat, extra mats, my just cushions, blocks, all the things I need for yoga. I keep here in the basket. So I've got my yoga strap, I have my eye pillow, my very important blanket, blocks, foam roller, the things I would use for yoga. And they're just right here, all tucked away in a basket. And then on this bookshelf, I keep the other things that are important to me for yoga. So I have some yoga material, I have some CDs, I have this just plays my music on the iPod or iPhone. And then this is really important to me. In my yoga space, in my sacred space, this is my favorite candle. This is a Bath & Body Works candle. It's called Twisted Peppermint, and I love the fragrance. I purchased them when they're on sale after Christmas, and I just don't ever want to run out of Twisted Peppermint candles. So I only burn it when I'm doing yoga or when I'm down here reading my Bible and doing my journaling. And then I just put some things in the space that mean something to me. Count your blessings is important. This is an old piece that I picked up at an antique show, and this is just a teapot from England. I didn't purchase it there, it came to me after the fact. And then some postcards that I framed. I just love pink roses and the pastels. And then I have on this shelf a milk glass candy jar that's a bird in the nest. Remember I told you birds are important to me, and I light the candles. And then at the very top shelf is just a little sign with the word faith, which is, that's an action word, and I think it describes me. I like to say of myself that I'm a woman of faith. My faith is not what I believe in, it's who I am, and it touches every part of my life. That describes me. I want that to describe me. And then this is one of my very favorite pictures. I want to live here. I could live right here. It's a very old print, and I put it here right behind my yoga mat because I love to look at it, and when I'm balancing, I will use this as my focal point. And if I don't use that as my focal point and I'm turned in the other direction, then I adore this old vintage print, and I will use it as my focal point. So you see that you don't have to have just a ton of space. Just begin to use the space that you do have. Well, I do hope that you've enjoyed just a glimpse into our home, just a small space. Well, this space is really nice and large. It's actually bigger than our bedroom. And I hope that you can see that you can take any space and just kind of use it as it is. Don't feel like you have to repaint or change it in some way. And then just fill the space with the things that you love, the things that have meaning to you, that you enjoy looking at. And then when you come into the space, it will just feel very comfortable to you, and it will have a wonderful, cozy feeling, just a feeling that means something to you. And that's what's important, I think, when you're creating a sacred space. And remember that if you don't have a large space or a space that you can claim as just your own, then take a small area that can be opened, even if it's just pushing your sofa away to open up a space, but leave all of your things handy. And coming up in the next video, I'm just going to show you some of the things that I use in my own yoga practice here at home that make me just a little bit more comfortable in the practice itself. So until the next time, I hope you have a wonderful day, and as always, namaste. My soul honors your soul.